Question one, I have written down as meaning over happiness. If you go out seeking happiness, you are less likely to find it. But if instead you go out seeking meaning and or purpose, then happiness will find you, and it will be a byproduct of serving others, of finding meaning, and of finding purpose. I agree with that statement completely. I do not disagree with you at all. And I really don't remember talking about or advocating that people go out seeking happiness directly. It's possible that I did because I do a lot of talking. I'm just yapping nonstop and I say a lot of dumb things. But last episode, I do remember responding to Liberty Dude who said, "May you end each day smiling." And I said, that's a good thing to strive for. I think we should all strive to end each day smiling. And I think ending each day smiling is different from going out and seeking happiness. Because the times that I have felt the happiest is not when I sought out happiness. It was just pure contentment. This may sound very depressing, but the first moment, this sounds really depressing. The first moment that I felt truly content was just a couple of years ago. That's so bad. That sounds so sad. But I was just walking in the middle of summer. I had some pop punk on. It was bright. It was sweaty. I was sweaty. And there were clouds rolling in over the mountains. And I just looked at it. And I just got this dumb grin on my face. It wasn't some euphoric moment or anything. It was just, I am content. And it's one of the best feelings ever, just being purely content, not wanting for anything, not longing for anything, not looking at others saying, why do they have that and I don't? Not thinking, what can I do to get this euphoric high of happiness? Just existing. I feel that also when I spend time with my family. I don't spend time with them because I'm seeking out happiness. I do it because I love my family and I want to spend time with them. When I talk to them on the phone, I have the best time. I don't do that because I want to feel happy. I do it because it's my family and I'm going to talk to them. And then the happiness is a byproduct of that. I also found that when I didn't have purpose or meaning, those were the darkest moments of my life. Back in 2013, 14, 15, I didn't have any real creative outlet. All I was doing was working my day job, drinking beers, and then watching TV and movies and consuming. There was no creative outlet. And that was probably the most depressed I've ever been. And once I forced myself to quit drinking, one of the best decisions I ever made, and then actually start making stuff again, that's when it took a while, but that's when I finally got around to being able to feel happy again. And it's not because I didn't start making stuff. I didn't start getting creative again because I was seeking out happiness. It's because I have this just illness, this need to do something creative. Without that outlet, I go to dark places. And maybe this is me seeking out happiness, knowing that if I don't do it, I'm just miserable. But it's just this urge that I have, this push that I have to do that. And I think that is similar to purpose. Finding that purpose, if you have this drive to do something, perhaps you're supposed to do that. And that can be your meaning and purpose. And I know this may sound very hoity-toity, very pretentious, very woo-woo, but through forcing myself to redevelop those creative outlets, that's what led to me starting a YouTube channel again and uploading videos. And I know my videos don't have a massive impact on the world, but it helps a couple of people. And that's what really makes me happy to do it. That's what brings me joy. Do I want to make YouTube videos all the time? No. There are many days where I have zero desire to sit in front of a camera and yap. Sometimes I just want to sit on my butt and watch TV. But I force myself to sit in front of the camera and make the videos because I know it does help a couple of people. Not majorly, it's not changing lives or anything. It's helping people make a more informed purchasing decision. It's not changing lives. But that gave my life purpose. That gave my life meaning. And prior to that meaning, prior to that purpose, I know there's a long response to this, but prior to finding that meaning and purpose, I was miserable. I didn't seek out that meaning and purpose for happiness, but finding it led to happiness. It led, more importantly, not to happiness, but to contentment. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned over the last 10 years. It's not to seek out these euphoric highs. It's not to be rich, not to be famous, not to want the latest, greatest, nicest thing. It's just to be content with what you have, where you are, what's going on around you. I know this is super cliche and cringe to say, but find joy in the little things in life. There are multiple times where I'm sitting on my couch at 6 in the morning, sipping a cup of coffee, reading a book, watching the sunrise, and I just get a stupid grin on my face. And I actually say this out loud. It shouldn't be this good. And it's not this overwhelming euphoric high. I wasn't seeking out happiness. It's just that pure contentment. A good cup of coffee, a book, and watching the sunrise. That's not an extravagance. It's a very simple thing. But there's joy in that if you let there be. And if you find your purpose and meaning as well, then that's a hat trick or a double header or something. I don't know. Sports metaphors. I agree, essentially. That long diatribe of a response, of a front. Yes, I agree.